Hello, Kaylin. Happy New Year's Eve. How are you? Jesus David Gonzalez. Poison Toad, you're second, but almost first. All right, so today's trivia question is, guess my childhood favorite New Year's Eve appetizer. Your fave Mex, Kaylin. You guys, it's almost New Year's Eve. It's tomorrow. How crazy. Okay, so poll question number 1. I'm just about to hit click. Guess my childhood favorite New Year's Eve appetizer. I've got some good ones on here too. They're all making me hungry. Okay, there you go. Trivia question is in. Let's see what your comments are. Braulio, good to see you. Jesus, thank you, Jesus. Dustin MT, your fave Mex. Happy New Year, guys. It's almost 2026. Basically, like in my time zone right now, it's 8 p.m. on December 30th. I am 28 hours away from 2026 right now. And some of you are closer. Some of you who are on the East Coast, some of you who are over the Atlantic, over in Europe and farther. Just crazy. Yeah, Happy New Year, guys. 2025 is almost done. I feel like, 2025 just went by in a flash. Omar Maxwell, hello, Yilmaz is here. The Timinator, hello, Tim. Thank you for the 100. Let me get you written down. Okay. And James Terry says, I went with Pigs in a Blanket because that would be my favorite. Yes, I ate all of these things growing up and I loved all of them. There's one in particular that I loved the most. I feel like I got this one, says Dustin MT. Young Chazi, hello. Kaylin, I was supposed to get the 31st and the 1st, but they changed it, so now they're gonna give us January 1 and January 2 off. Okay, so you're working tomorrow, but then you've got Thursday and Friday off, which I feel like that's nice. My workplace only gives us 1 day off. We only get New Year's Day off, so I had to request paid time off for tomorrow and for Friday. We don't get New Year's Eve off, or the Friday after. Hello, Jonathan. Tim says, Pigs in a Blanket, but I would love some mozzarella sticks. Ooh, those were another one I liked as a kid. It's been so many years since I had a mozzarella stick because I don't eat cheese anymore. All right. Yilmaz, West Philly Black, what resolutions have I made? So I just posted a short about this. But I do have several New Year's resolutions. It's more goals. Also, if you spam, you're gone for good. So do not spam, goodbye. My resolutions, or I like to say goals, because I'm happy with where I'm at and I like setting goals for myself. So my 3 YouTube goals for 2026 are 1, hit 100,000 subscribers, 2, do at least 1 paid brand collaboration every month, and 3 is to do my very first ever brand collaboration that's an event rather than a product. So I get paid to go somewhere and film the event and then upload it as the collaboration. So for example, doing a brand collab where I get free tickets to the Minnesota State Fair, and in return for those tickets, then I would film the fair and then post it on social media. So those are my 3 YouTube goals. And then I have 2 fitness goals. I want to get my front splits right and left. I've been working on them. I haven't quite gotten them yet though. So I'm carrying that into 2026. Get my front splits on both legs and be able to do 50 push-ups in one sitting. And then in terms of overall health and wellness goals, I think I have 2. One is to take my rest time very seriously treat it like actual rest, where I'm not just kind of halfway sitting around relaxing, but also trying to like work on emails and chores and stuff. So be serious about my rest time. And the other one is limit my intake of refined grains and sugars to 1 day a week. Yeah, so those are my goals. Zainab is here. Jonathan, Guararov, Happy New Year. Astro, thank you, Zainab. We got Dusty with the first super chat of the night. Thank you, Dusty. Let me get a screenshot of this for my shout outs. All right. Got it. Yes. Thank you, Dusty. Let me add you to the list. Yava. Oh my gosh, Yava, you're so close to the new year. OMG. You're way closer than me. You're like less than a day away. All right, Dusty, thank you very much. Lion Lamb, Zainab. All right, let me see if I missed anybody else. Dan, pizza rolls sound delicious. I loved pizza rolls as a kid. Hey Zeus, thank you. Bade Salts boy. Zainab, Rated Frog is here. Hello, Astro Edits. Yaba, looks like there was an Arsenal game. I don't know. I didn't watch the game. Dreams Cape Travel. Tim, I went to school with a girl named Hannah. Lion Lamb. Okay. Astro Edits, I'm an OG fan of you, Hannah. Thank you. Trishawn Green, Zainab. Astro, ask your question. Rated Frog guessed pizza rolls for the poll question. And remember, guys, the correct answer to my polls is never, ever the first option in the list. Dan is saying 21 hours left before New Year. I have 28 hours left before I hit 2026. Just crazy. I'm going to continue working on my pomander, but still read you guys' comments. LOL, are you sure? It was the first answer last time. No, it hasn't been the first answer. I'm careful not to put the right answer first. Astro. Ooh, you hit 214 subs. Exciting. Congrats, Astro. Oh, growth on YouTube, man. It gets, I would say growth on YouTube gets easier as you keep going. But man, at the beginning, it's so rough. You just have to keep going no matter what. Even if you have barely any views or no views, just like Mr. B says, no one's gonna watch your first videos anyways. Just keep uploading and keep getting better. Improve something about your videos. All right. Sweet vibes. Astro, I never stopped and quit. I kept trying. Nice. Mr. Goddamn says it's still rough. Yes, but honestly, I look at, like, I know my subs will go up at least a little bit every time I upload a short, every time I go live. Like in the very beginning, when you're starting from 0, nothing has been harder than that first part of YouTube where I was just trying to get to 10 subscribers, trying to get to 20, trying to get to 50, even like your first 100. That is so hard. Yeah, the grind at the very beginning is tough, but it's so worth it, guys. If you're thinking of starting a YouTube channel, I highly recommend it, but it does take work, hard work, and consistency. Birch Josh, good to see you. Kaylin, you can't expect your first video to get views. Yep, I know. It sucks, but it's true. You just have to keep going and not, Like, sure, it can be discouraging. You can feel discouraged, but don't let your discouragement actually stop you from creating content and uploading it to your channel. You just gotta keep going and it'll grow. Astro does edits. Sarah White, Mr. Goddamn made it to the first sector of monetization. Ooh, yay! I made it to like 90%, I swear, and then the reset came. Oh no! I'm sorry to hear that. Shoot. Aw. Well, you just gotta keep going, I guess. That's all you can do. Okay, working on row number 2. Hello, Reaper. Oh my goodness, happy almost New Year. Can you believe how close we are to 2026? It hasn't sunken in yet. I was at work today. I worked today and yesterday, and I was sitting in a meeting, and it was a long meeting, and we were talking about stuff, and the whole time I was just like, it's so weird that tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Yeah. It's like 2025 went by so fast, and then now it's like, all right, it's the end of the year, time to move on to a new one. And I'm like, I don't want my years to feel this quick going forward. Sarah White, happy holidays. Astro, you got a VR and PJs, nice. Bernadette, I am making a pomander, you should Google it, but these have been made for hundreds and hundreds of years. I'm sticking cloves into an orange, and that's how you make a pomander. I know, Reaper, time has passed so fast, and I want it to feel slower going forward. Not just 2026, but for the rest of my life, I want time to feel like it's not going so fast. I want to somehow stretch my days so that they feel longer. And that may mean, because you guys know how much I love sleeping. I'm really passionate about sleep. But I think I can make do at least some days with 7 to 8 hours, and then, you know, get more over the weekend when I have time to recuperate. Rated Frog says, Hannah, your last stream of 2025 is tomorrow. I know, oh my gosh. It's been such a wonderful year on YouTube, so much growth. I feel like I've learned the platform really well in the last year. I've done the memberships. I've been monetized. Like, this was my first year being monetized, so I feel like you learn a lot there, looking at your metrics, seeing what performs well, see what's a dud in terms of views. Also, for those of you who don't know, I am spiking an orange with some cloves, and they smell like absolute heaven. Ooh, I just dropped a bunch of them. Kaylin says it feels unreal. The New Year's is this close. Yeah, I was saying to my dad just today, it's so strange that we are gonna start putting dates on things with 2026 as the year. Oh my God. So, just, yeah, doesn't feel real. Sauson, Poison Toad, definitely I don't want to be 30. Rated Frog, Hannah, I've been watching your channel for over a year now. Yay! Thank you, Rated Frog. I appreciate you. You're so consistently at these live streams, like so many people. Part of the crew that's here on a regular basis. Oops. All right. Poison Toad says, your lucky insomnia is insane. Oh yeah, no, I would say I've always been a really sound sleeper throughout my life. I've never struggled to get sleep unless, you know, I was sick where I was sniffling in the middle of the night or I had a headache. But generally speaking, I feel like naturally my body has just been a good sleeper. Like, I can sleep for long stretches of time, and I do enjoy getting lots of sleep. And yeah, insomnia, oh my goodness, that to me that would be torture, having to deal with insomnia. Ooh, I feel like I fall apart very quickly when I don't get enough sleep for several days. Maddie KT, this is a pomander. Opal Goat, nope, people think I'm bedazzling an orange. This is called a pomander, and these have been made for hundreds of years. Please Google it. Dan, yes, if only time would be slow before you know it, you'll be 80 years old. Honestly, yes. Like, my longest term goal is to live to be at least 120 years old. So yes, I want to live a long life, but I want it to go slowly. I'm not in a race to become middle-aged, elderly, white-haired, super wrinkly. If I live long enough, that'll happen eventually. But it's like, I'm still trying to enjoy my youth while I still have it. You're only getting older as time goes by, so I want to enjoy every part of my life, but especially it's like, you're only in your youthful chapter once, and then you approach middle age, and then you become older, senior, extra senior, Dick Van Dyke senior, where you hit 100, and then anything at that point, any bonus years after that, it's just like, dude, you're killing it. So yeah, I don't mind getting older because the alternative is death. It's like, yeah, I'm not going to complain about getting older because I enjoy life. I think it's really interesting, and I consider it a privilege to get older, even though, yes, it comes with changes to your body and other things. But I don't want time to go fast. I don't want to blink and then suddenly be retired in my 60s. Like, no. Bernadette, did you ask this earlier or was it somebody else? Someone else maybe asked me about my New Year's resolutions. Yes, I posted a short about this, so check that out. I have 3 YouTube resolutions. I want to hit 100K subscribers next year. I want to do at least 1 paid brand collaboration every single month. And I want to do my very first ever brand collab where instead of a product being sent to me, I get event tickets. So for example, NFL Vikings game or Minnesota State Fair or a theater performance, like some kind of brand collab where I get to go to an event through a brand like sponsorship. So those are my 3 YouTube goals. Fitness goals: 1, get my front splits, and 2, be able to do 50 push-ups in 1 sitting. And then overall wellness goals: take my vacation time very seriously, actually schedule in rest time, put it in my calendar, into my GCal for typically I would say like Saturday nights are my just relax, no work, take time off time, but actually don't do work because I'm so bad about, I'll sit for like 5-10 minutes, watch a show, and then it's like, oh, I guess I could like do some dishes right now, and I guess I could open my laptop and check my email and and it's like, no, don't do it. Actually rest when it's rest time. And the other wellness goal I have for myself is to limit my intake of refined grains and sugars to 1 day a week only. No more than 1 day a week. Danielle, oh my gosh, Danielle, happy birthday! Happy birthday! Woohoo! Everybody say happy birthday to Danielle. Yes, it is. I have you down as December 30th. Danielle. Ooh, come on, keyboard. Happy birthday to you. I hope you had a wonderful day. All right. Happy birthday, Danielle. Maddie KT. Rated Frog Hannah, if you want to live to 180, ask the CIA for a rapid cell regeneration pill. Yeah, I mean, like Exam. I need to rewatch that movie. I loved Exam. Yeah, the thing is, I don't want to live, I don't know about 180. I think my maximum age I would want to live, who knows? I think it would be like 150. But the thing is, people are like, oh my God, why would you ever want to live that long? You would just be in pain and you'd be suffering and you'd hate everything. And it's like, well, no, I'm trying to age well where I avoid having lots of health issues crop up, where I can actually still move around and walk, even if it's slower. But I'm trying to be pretty serious about my health. I'd say I'm pretty serious, not like Brian Johnson level serious, where he's like following a rigid protocol every single day of his life. but I'm trying to still be, running, walking, doing yoga and Pilates past 100 years old, still, just really, basically, when I'm elderly, I consider elderly to be like 80 and above. When I'm in my elderly era, God willing, I make it there that long. I live that long. I basically want to be able to do pretty much all of the same things I can do now and that I've been able to do in my youngest years, except just a little bit slower and maybe like stiffer joints, but I would say with a little more discomfort and slower mobility, but generally be okay, still cruising along. All right. Sorry, I'll get to your comments in just a second. Astro, I watched you in May and now it's already December. 90% of the time, always sleepy. All right. Maddie K, no, this is not a pomegranate. This is an orange with cloves. Reaper says Chelsea versus Arsenal, January 14th. Cannot wait for that. All right. Excuse me. Pigs in a Blanket is Barry's guess. Sorry, I know I'm behind. Smile Forever sent to 100. Raidfrog says you still look 23. I appreciate that. I think I could pass for my 20s. Enough people have said they think I'm in my 20s. So I'll take it. Poison Toad, my question is, Hannah, on an intellectual level, we're here and now will we be again? That dawns on me. My question is, Hannah, on an intellectual level, we're here and now, will we be again? I don't know. Drew, Denzel, Andrew, I can link you to something World Cup related. Ooh, yes, please, Andrew. OMG. Joseph Molina, Elizabeth Gravatt. Happy birthday to Danielle. Yes, it's Danielle's birthday. Antonio Salazar, doing good, just making another pomander here. Noha is here. Welcome back. Purple Monster Rhythm. Thank you. Rated Frog, yes, happy birthday. It's been a fantastic day for you. Good, Danielle. I'm so glad to hear that. Awesome. All these birthday wishes. Woohoo! I am Fratman. This sounds like a joke. I don't know. Shaquille, Comet. Oh, Comet. Yes, that's clever. Barry. Smile Forever. What are you doing with the orange? I am making a pomander. These come from at least the plague times, but probably go farther back. I'll leave a comment. FYI, I'm making a pomander, a clove spiked orange that people in ye old times would make to try to not get sick with plague and make themselves and their surroundings smell nice. But it's also a nice holiday time craft. All right, I'm gonna pin this so people can see. Brandon Preacher Green, I'm making a pomander. Dan, I am 32 years old. I turned 32 in September. Shaquille, doing good. How about you? Comment LMAO, that's bad. I know, Danielle, right? That's so funny. Brandon Preacher Green, Young Chazi, what is Pigs in a Blanket? So Pigs in a Blanket, the way that we would have them growing up, is it was these little sausages, like, they look like mini hot dogs. And then you wrap them in some kind of dough. And then you eat them. Dylan Thomas O'Boyle is 47. Andrew says, I have lots of links to the World Cup, and so we shall discuss in the new year. P.S. Frustrating result again. Very unsettled fans in the stadium tonight. Oh no. I was at work today, and I was not paying attention to any soccer stuff, so I don't know what went down. Rated Frog says, Hannah, did you see what happened to Anthony Joshua? Yes, I did. I'm so glad he survived. But I think it's really sad that I heard a couple people passed away from the accident. Haha, Barry says, Hannah, I can't wait to be 6'7". Oh my gosh, I think about that. So I'm 32 now, which means in 35 years, I will be 6'7", and I'll get to do that. So in 35 years, I'll get to say, it's my 6'7" birthday. No, that's a holy hand grenade of Antioch, says Barry. Yabba says, what's with the mood music? Still better than your laundry machine. It's a very cute, like it's like coffee shop Christmas music. I feel like you're very sensitive to noise. Yeah, but that's what I gather. Brandon Preacher Green, you look younger than your 30s. I get that comment a decent amount in here. 2 of his friends, dang. Shaquille is going home. Rated Frog with the Cornelius mug emoji. Moro is here. Hello. Oops. Uh-oh. My clove snapped a little bit. Andrew says 2-2 at home with Bournemouth. Dang, that's disappointing. Now away to Man City on Sunday. My birthday won't be fun. Yeah, that's a little, I'm concerned about that. Versus Man City. And also, happy early birthday, Andrew. So, my plan for my live streams is I will be going live tomorrow on New Year's Eve. It's the very last day of December. And then I am going to be taking a break from YouTube, starting off my new year following my plan with actually being serious about my breaks. So I'm going to be going on break from YouTube after tomorrow's live. So I'll be off from Wednesday through the weekend. So I'll be coming back next Monday is my plan. So I will be taking some time off. Astro, January 1st, I know 2026 is going to be a smooth, chill year. I'm hoping for that. You never know what the new year will bring, but I'm hoping for an exciting year, but also, I would say steady, more time to relax. Yeah, I don't want it to be like boring and just like very routine with no major exciting events. But I just feel like 2025 was so, like, the great times were great, but then there were also major challenges, and there was just, like, sad things that happened and negative things. And it went really fast, too. And I want 2026 to be slow, fun, lots of relaxation, but still keep up with YouTube, obviously keep up with my 9 to 5. Like, I want, like, a steady growth year that's fun and minimal stress. Get REM Emmanuel, hello. Hannah, what are you doing for New Year? So I'm going up north to stay with my uncle. My family's going up and we're just gonna have a really fun time. Mike G, Shaquille, Astro. Oh, I gotta get a screenshot. Got it. I love the oh dear. That is so funny. Thank you, Gianna. Let me make sure to get you down. Gianna forever. Woohoo. The oh dear. Oh, you guys, I bet the oh dear gift and some of the Christmas holiday gifts are gonna start phasing out. Like, I don't know if I don't know when YouTube kind of comes out with a new crop of gifts, but I'm gonna miss these holiday ones when they are retired for the time being. Shaquille Berry. Yeah, no, I have shadow banned a lot of things on here. Thank you, Hannah. Big 3-7. I can no longer play my age on roulette. I may as well retire and prepare for death. No, oh, Gianna forever. Dang it, missed the screenshot, but thank you. Oh no, I don't, honestly, I think of 30s still being really young and 40s being young. And it's like, whatever. I'm really just trying to embrace, I like getting older, I've liked getting older, and I think every year is special. One thing my mom has said on a number of occasions, just to kind of, you know, zoom out and remember, she says, you're only this age once, so try to your best to enjoy it. So I've been, you know, whenever I turn 32, it's like, all right, I'm only 32 once. And once I change age to an older age, that's it. I'll never be 32 again. So just enjoy every stage. And it's easy to say, I feel like, when you're on the younger end, but even still, you know, as you get older. But 37 is so young. I think 37 is young, Andrew. Shaquille says 8 a.m. and Wednesday. All right. Stakes is high. Pinned comment. Check it out. But yes, I'm making a second pomander because my sister really wanted one. So I decided to make one for her. Micah Hilliker is here. I can't get End of Beginning. Ooh, I love End of Beginning. I had that on replay for a while back in 2024. Oh my gosh, when that first dropped, I was obsessed with End of Beginning. It's like a sad one though. Ooh, I have to be in the right mood to listen to that one. It's very haunting. Micah, tomorrow is the final day in the ball drop countdown. I know, Micah. Can you believe it? Astro Edits is eating cereal. Dreamscape Travel. Hello. Dan says, no, that's not allowed. You're not allowed to go on vacation from YouTube. Of course I am. We want to see you every day of the new year. You know, I can do every day of a month like I've been doing for Livemas. But honestly, if I was doing lives 365 days of the year, I think it would lose the magic and the fun. I think I would start to get worn down to the point where I'm like, it's just a chore and I'm not excited about it anymore. And I don't ever want it to get to that point. And that's the whole point of taking breaks, so that you can come back refreshed and keep doing something, especially if it's something that you love. And, yeah, that is one of my resolutions. I think you heard me say that earlier, Dan. One thing that kind of ties into my resolution about being more serious about taking breaks is, I was thinking to myself, okay, now I have 2 jobs. My 9-to-5 is my primary job in terms of income, but YouTube is now my second job. And I take PTO time from my 9-to-5 job. I'm taking PTO time this week. I took PTO time for my 24-hour live stream last month. I took PTO time for my birthday. So it's like my 9-to-5 job, I take vacation days to get rest and just, you know, take a step back. And I'm like, I should be doing the same thing for YouTube. I should actually take breaks where I am not on the platform for a weekend or for a week. I follow creators where they'll make a post and it's like, gonna be off here for a week. I'll see you guys on this date. And then they're on vacation and then they come back. So that's something I want to do next year. Let's see, Akari, what's your Leo sign? My Leo sign. My star sign is Virgo. Rated Frog, I always try and get in the screenshots. It ain't happened yet. No worries, Rated Frog. Gianna sent the 6-7. Awesome. And then Barry sent the happy poop. I did see that. My favorite YouTube gift. Thank you. Got you down. The other side. Do you think I should stop going into bar scenes? I don't think so. I don't think there has to be an age limit for anything. So I say if you want to do it, then go for it. Ooh! Got it. Got you, Gianna. Yaba says, pigs in a blanket are small sausage wrapped in bacon. Not how we did it. Astro edits, I might go fishing for sharks. Fish everything. Happy New Year, Shaquille. William Lynn, Happy New Year. Yes, I am very excited for New Year. And I'm also just excited to just like unplug. You know, I am gonna bring my laptop with me because there's certain things I want to be able to access. But I think just like going at a slower pace and being very lazy for from basically tomorrow until Sunday. I'm so excited. Micah, TBH, goodbye to the year of 2025 and welcome 2026. Yeah, I'm excited for 2026. I'm excited to see what happens. Hi, Olivia, good to see you. Faye Johnson, happy holidays. Shaquille, Stephen Weird, Barry. Yeah, melancholic, I would say. Yeah, end of beginning. Sorry if I missed it, but what time are you going live tomorrow? I am planning on going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central. I want to keep my same time, and I think I can do it because I'm leaving early tomorrow morning to get up north, and then we're just planning on like hanging out, not doing much. So, and also too, it's like I plan to like be, because we're staying at my uncle's place. I'm planning on just being at my uncle's place, ready to celebrate, like kind of keeping it in-house, like at home for the night by, I mean, we don't really go out that much anyways. We tend to just stay in and hang out and play cards and stuff. So, yeah. 8 p.m. Central Time is what I'm thinking. I'll leave that comment at the end of the live stream too. Villain Killin' Dylan, hello, happy almost New Year. Rated Frog is saying Stranger Things, the finale in a few hours. Maybe I'll watch that show. Yeah, still haven't gotten into it. Shaquille, Will is here. Kaylin, taking breaks is needed. That's why I post videos 2 times a week to plan and recover. Yes, I know. And that's something where I feel like I tend to just like go, and I like to work a lot, but it gets to the point where I'm just so exhausted and burnt out. Kurt, hello, I'm doing good. I've been making a second pomander. I pinned a comment, but yeah, I'm making a second pomander. This is for my sister. I made another one last week and I gifted it to my mom, and my sister liked the look of it and she's like, I want one. So I decided to make one for her too. TBH, not sure if I'll finish this tonight, but I gotta try. Barry, my resolution is to win the lotto. I hope you have other resolutions because the odds of that one coming true are not great. Micah sent a 100. Thank you, Micah. And so did Kurt. Thank you, guys. I think I saw Dave Horton here. Sausages wrapped in croissants. Ooh, I never had pigs in a blanket with croissant. Oh my goodness. Hey, Hannah, 70s and I'm still young. Yep, I mean, that's the mindset I love. Brian is here. I'm doing good. I'm excited for New Year. How are you? Yui Rawan is from Indonesia. Happy holidays to you, Kurt. Thank you. Astro. Let's see. Astro, slow and steady wins the race. Yep. That has been, like, in 2025, I've learned to just slow down a bit and go at a pace that is sustainable. Because I feel like in 2024 and the first half of 2025, it was just like go, no matter how tired, use every minute that I can to work on something and be productive all the time. And it was just like, oh my God, no, I can't sustain this indefinitely. Can't wait for the new year and all the best for the new year, says Brian. Thank you. We've got I'm King Jivan, says Doja Cat. Dave is here. Happy New Year, Dave. The classiest YouTube creator. How are you and how was your Christmas? Christmas was great. I got some great gifts. My sister gave me this wonderful spiced gingerbread candle. And I've already burnt through a good, I would say, half of it. But it was really chill, really fun. I just really enjoyed Christmas this year. It was really relaxing. How was yours, Dave? Good to see you. Bristol Weaver, hello. Dan says, of course you can take time off, but you'll respond immediately. It was a joke, but you don't realize that I don't want you to live stream sleeping later. Alessandro is here. Welcome back. Barry Astro, I always hated that phrase. Let's see, what was the phrase? Astro, I'm not seeing it. Astro, oh, slow and steady wins the race. I think it depends on the timeline that you're playing the game. So I think about the timeline that I'm on, I am trying, like my goal is to live really, really long. I want to make it to at least 120 years old. And that means I'm just not willing to do a lot of things. Like I'm not willing to sacrifice sleep. I'm not willing to sacrifice diet. I've cut a lot of stuff out of my diet because I know if I don't, it'll probably burn me at an older age. I'm willing to forego things now, and I feel like slow down, be more intentional, be relaxed, eliminate stress where I can, and stick to really good habits in the hopes that this is going to pay off in the long run, and I'll be, comfortable, mobile, fully cognizant, sharp as a tack when I'm 100+ years old. I think if you're working on a shorter timeline though, like say you want to compete with Elon Musk and you want to be a tech, the dude is worth like $500 billion now. And he even says in interviews, he's like, if you want to change the world, you have to work like way over 40 hours a week. It has to be like 80 to 100 hours a week. And it's just, he talks about like going, and it's just miserable and painful and you just have to keep going no matter what. I'm like, that's really cool. I respect that. You know what you have to get done in order to achieve what your goal is. But it's like, I'm not trying to compete with Elon Musk. I'm not trying to be net worth of like $600 billion. I'm trying to like live a long life, be comfortable, be happy, be at peace, hit my own goals. And that just, so I feel like I'm playing the game of life by a different set of rules based on what my goals are, compared to someone like a David Goggins or a Gordon Ramsay or an Elon or a Kobe or I don't know. I think of these people where it's like they have more short-term goals, or they're in a space that demands you be an absolute machine and work crazy hours every single day of the week in order to be competitive and get whatever it is that they want. Not what I'm trying to do, but I've got my own goals, so I'm living in a certain way to hit those goals. Barry, William Lynn. Where am I here? Sorry. William Lynn, Danielle Gibson. Hello, Danielle. Jackson Johannes, good to see you. Happy New Year. Micah sent a floating heart. I got you on my list. Thank you, Micah. Chillin', Killin', Dylan, or your channel name is Villain Killin' Dylan. I bought 50 quick picks for 100 once and only got 14 back. Now I just buy 2 for $4 with something, same odds. Dave says, ooh, I had candles too. Nice. Barry says, I really don't make resolutions. I have goals and stuff. Same. I consider, instead of resolutions, I just have like goals where it's like, all right, this is what I'm trying to hit in the next year. I just don't wait till the end of the year to decide when I have to make changes and stuff. Yes. Chillin', Killin' Dylan, you say that, and then you hit 80 and be like, oh, not necessarily true. There are plenty of people in their 80s and 90s who are absolutely thriving. Both of my grandparents are approaching 90, and they are full of life, traveling, fully, like, they live in their own home, they've traveled the world, they're the most generous people I know. They're so wonderful and they're such good people. And I look at, so my grandpa is 89, gonna be 90 when in October of next year, and my grandma, I want to say, is 87 or 88. And I'm like, dude, you guys are winning. You guys are doing so good in your 80s, almost 90s. I just watched a clip today, so moving. It was a 104-year-old World War II veteran who came out for an NHL game. I don't know which game it was, but he played the national anthem on, I believe it was the oboe. And he looked so happy, and he played the anthem beautifully on his oboe. Amazing lung capacity, but I was like, dude is playing the national anthem at 104 years old, and he was in active combat, like when the troops stormed like the beaches at Normandy. I was like, these are the, like, don't tell me that you get to a certain age and then life sucks, because there are so many people who are absolutely killing it in their 80s, 90s, 100 plus. Martha Stewart is 84 years old. Dick Van Dyke is 100 years old. He just turned 100 years old on December 13th, and he is wanting to get cast in more movie roles. Like, the dude is alive and well and thriving now that he's 100, and has been. So I will not buy it. Anyone who's like, oh, you get to a certain age and then that's it, life sucks. No, I completely reject that. Stakes is high. Speaking of room acoustics, this kitchen is full of flat reflective surfaces. I appreciate your attention to audio quality. Stakes is high. Cool dude. I haven't had brownies in forever. Dave says, different strokes for different folks, and I have no doubt your goals will be smashed. I'm gonna do my best, Dave. And honestly, I can think of goals I set for myself last year, the year before, and I didn't hit all of them. I've had the goal to get my splits for a few years, and I started seriously stretching to get my splits this year, but my body is naturally not as limber as other people's. So I've made progress, but I'm still like, I'm not gonna get my splits by tomorrow night. So I'm just carrying that forward. And the thing is, it's like with my goals have changed too. So I can think of one of my goals for 2024 was to qualify for the Boston Marathon. And I ran a marathon, and it was my worst marathon time. It did not go well. I completely paced myself wrong, but I'm so glad I did it. But like, I didn't hit that goal, and given how much YouTube has grown, how much I've put into YouTube, I don't currently have time to train for a full marathon. But I think in the future, like, that goal will come back. Like, I still would love to run the Boston Marathon. It's just a matter of when will I have time realistically to train for one properly and get proper sleep, proper nutrition, and I just can't fit it in this season. So my goals have changed, New Year's goals / resolutions, and then if I still want to go after a goal and I haven't hit it, I'll just carry it forward into the next year. So one of my YouTube goals for next year is 100K subscribers. And if I don't get 100K, like right now I'm almost at 13K subscribers. Even if I don't get 100K by this time next year, I'll still be closer to 100K than I am right now. Like, I will surely have more than 12.8K subscribers 1 year from right now. So I'm like, okay, even if I don't hit the goals, I can still work toward them and then just continue working toward it in the next year. Roger Hess with the big dono tower. Thank you. All right, got you down, Roger Hess. Thank you, and Happy New Year. Micah says you're welcome, Hannah. Risk, craving for candy. BT is here. Good to see you, BT. Olivia, dang, I wish age was like that for everyone. Villain Killing Dylan, examples beat statistics, that is for sure. I'm guessing with my lifestyle, I might hit 85 to 90. And also too, just think about in our, like, so I'm 32 right now, I'm a millennial. In my lifetime, in the next 20 to 50 years, I think AI, science, technology, medicine, health device, body tracking is gonna be so sophisticated. So you'll be able to like check things better and get early diagnoses. Like it's exciting to think about how the health field will change in the coming years. Roger Hess, thank you so much for all those floating hearts. JSD is from Boston, nice. Olivia, like I commented before, I bet you'll get 100K by December, no doubt. You're just that awesome. Thanks, Olivia. I'm like, here's the goal. I'm gonna do my best to hit it and we'll see what happens. Micah, you're at 12.8K subscribers. JD's Life is also in Boston. HBG, the label, good to see you. Also, I'm gonna close the poll question in a little bit, so vote if you haven't. Keith Van has 235 subs, nice. Barry, maybe running the Boston Marathon can help with the sub goals, 2 birds with 1 stone. True, but I currently don't have enough time in my schedule to train for a marathon. I've run 3 before, and the amount of time that you have to dedicate to training for a marathon is so intensive, and I just don't have I don't have enough time in my schedule between my 9-to-5 job, YouTube, getting 8 hours of sleep a night on average, and social obligations, chores, housekeeping stuff. There's just not enough hours to do it. Happy New Year, Roger Hess. Yes, stay safe yourself. Daniel Berry Sport, happy Tuesday. Let's see, Dave says exactly, it's about aiming for something rather than living day by day. Goals create routine, structure, and discipline. So it's a win-win in and of itself. Yep. Yes, exactly. JD's Life. Rewind. In 5 years, AI will take 95% of jobs. It's awesome being a millennial. Elizabeth Gravatt is back. Chillin', Villain Killin' Dylan. If you ever deadlift, use proper form. Yeah, I don't deadlift. No, I might someday, but I do just different types of exercises to work on different muscle groups. So I do lunges, I do squats, I do abs, I do planks, and I do push-ups. So it's a variety, but I have no desire to put my back at risk. Bryce Osife, pecan salad, Buckeye Bud, hello, using the member emojis, I love it. Very cool. All right, gotta keep on going with this orange. Berry, pecan salad, no politic. Oh, I didn't even see that. Olivia, we got, my goals for the new year are to eat healthy and try my best to work out daily. Nice. Yeah, that's one thing I think this year I've learned that consistency beats intensity if you're gonna pick one or the other. Like, consistency is so key, and I think that's where most people fall off. Like, they just won't stick with something long enough. And no matter what, I try to show up and work out every day, even if it means going on a brisk walk or abbreviating a workout because work went late or something else caused a delay. Hi, William Berry. Happy New Year. JD's Life. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. We are making our way to 13K. It'll probably be sometime in the first couple weeks of January. That's my prediction. Sir Mod, hello. Big Hannah knocking the workouts out. I see you. Swole, keep up. Keep it up. I did practice my push-ups today. I'm up to 13. I could do 13 push-ups now. But I gotta get to 50 by the end of next year. Jaylene Ramirez sent a 100. Thank you. Vote in the poll, guys. I'm gonna close the poll in just a moment here after I put this final clove in. Not final, but last one in this row so far. Oh, I'm hungry. All right, turn that a little bit. Trying to get this line so straight, especially because it's a gift for my sister. Ooh. All right, Jaylene, and I'm gonna close the poll here. End poll. Comments. Dave says, yes, scaffolding has messed my back up. I don't deadlift either. I miss it too. It strengthens the whole body. Ooh, that's a fun one. Oh, I think I just missed it. Dang, that was so cool. The good job gift. All right, eating healthy is hard at first, but then you start craving stuff. If you stick with it long enough though, cravings fall away. So I have been cutting out processed grains and sugar from my diet. That's why you guys haven't seen me make tons and tons of sweet treats like cakes and brownies. And I mean, I am naturally a sugar fiend. I love, naturally, like if donuts and cookies and brownies were equivalent to avocados and celery and veggies, you know, in terms of nutrition, oh my God, I would be eating boxes and boxes and boxes of cookies and sweets and stuff. I naturally crave sugar so much, more than anything else. Like I've never craved fried foods. I've never craved alcohol. I've never craved salty foods the same that I crave sugar, like sweets, like candy, chocolate, baked goods, etc. But at first it's hard to cut that stuff out, but like if you stick with it for long enough, you realize like you don't have the cravings anymore. So you just have to give it time, I would say. Yang Chen, Fungus Power. JD's Life, you live west of Boston. Okay, the areas of Boston around Boston are, I think, Worcester, Newton, and Cambridge. Are you in any of those, JD's Life? I don't know which direction they are from Boston. Jaylene Ramirez, okay, let me make sure to get you on my dono list. Billy Killendill and I made some fried cauliflower, ooh, yummy, with homemade bean dip. Love that, getting some protein in there. Elizabeth Gravatt, thank you. I'm glad you like the earrings. I will continue wearing these beyond the holiday season. These are a staple for my live streams. I've never seen someone do this to an orange, LOL, looks interesting. Yeah, Olivia, you should just Google pomanders. Like read up the history of pomanders, because they were used hundreds and hundreds of years ago to keep away germs, antimicrobial, and then also just scent a room, make something like make clothing, make yourself, make your room, your home smell nice. So yeah, these have been made for hundreds of years. God bless America, good to see you. Yang Chen. Okay, poll question number 1 for tonight. The question was, guess my childhood favorite New Year's Eve appetizer. I don't think I eat any of these anymore, maybe some bruschetta, but I don't eat most of these because they're not vegan. You could make them vegan though. So, first place, pizza rolls. We actually I don't ever remember eating pizza rolls on New Year's Eve as an appetizer or ever, so it's not pizza rolls. Pigs in a Blanket came in second. We did eat pigs in a blanket, but that was not my favorite. Shrimp with cocktail sauce came in third. That was always my favorite. I loved the shrimp, where they have the shrimp lined around a circle platter, tails out, and then there was just the bowl in the middle of the red cocktail sauce. Oh my God, I loved that. I don't know what it was, but it tasted so good. I loved shrimp with red cocktail sauce. So that's the right answer. David says, what's that called? A pomander. So I've pinned a comment. It's called a pomander, and I want to look this up. When were pomanders first used? According to AI, pomanders, Middle Ages. So pomanders were used in the Middle Ages as fragrant balls. They smell really nice, to ward off the plague and to also just eliminate bad odors. And they also have become popular holiday decorations. So yeah, check it out, guys. Pomanders were first mentioned in literature in the mid-13th century. So that would be like the 1200s. Yeah, they're like a very cool historical item that they're still around, but I just don't think they're as popular. Yeah, super cool. I want to look this up. When were pomanders first mentioned in the literature? I wish they would give me a date here. But basically, so the plague happened in the 1300s. Medieval Europe. Yeah, they were like perfume balls from the 1300s. Villain, Killin' Dylan. I'm at 50 to 60 push-ups before I give out, so I reached my goal on that. Nice. Elizabeth, thank you. Yaba, okay, Fabergé orange. Are you putting that forward as a suggestion, Yaba? Dave says they do. You completely lose interest in the food you used to crave, especially sugar. Yes, yes. It sucks at first. It really, really sucks. Because I can think of when I've done it several times in my life where I was like, all right, I'm really gonna cut back on sugar. I know I've been eating too much of it, processed stuff. And it's like those first days, you're just like, oh my gosh, I want it so bad. And you're trying to eat healthy stuff to kind of eat around your craving, and it's just not the same. But if you stick with it, I would say it's worth it. Cambridge, amazing. I know Cambridge, Massachusetts. I've been to Harvard a few times, so I've been on their campus, and that's in Cambridge. I'm the opposite. I can resist sugar urges. I can't go without the salty. Interesting. That's so interesting. Honestly, if I could flip, I wish I could flip because I mean, too much salt is also not good, but the body does need salt. Like, the body needs electrolytes. Super important. And I consume a lot of salt because I need the electrolytes. I need to replenish what I've lost when I run, especially. But obviously you gotta watch your salt intake, but I would say like sugar. If I had to pick one that I was super, super craving all the time, it would be, I think it would be salt, because sugar it's so destructive to the body. Oh my goodness. Elizabeth says, a basketball, sorry. I'm missing some of your comment, I think. I'm actually about 1 hour, 30 minutes from Worcester, LOL, just saying, and used to date a woman in Cambridge. Nice. I mean, we're talking about suburbs of Boston and not places in the UK. But I feel like especially out in New England, there's so many British sounding cities. Life with Olivia, you're saying, OMG, I just looked it up and that's so cool. I know, aren't they cool? It's like a fun little historical item they're still around, and there's a lot of interesting history, and there's cool images, like portraits and engravings you can find of old, people from the 1500s, 1600s carrying pomanders, and yeah, they're just they're a fun craft, and they're really inexpensive. It's not, obviously, oranges aren't a fortune, and buying a little container of cloves is not difficult either. Villain Killing Dylan says, I love shrimp, can't stand the cocktail sauce. Interesting. Rita Frog is shocked. Olivia got the poll right. Nice. Justin Katz. What was I expecting from 2025? I was hoping to grow on YouTube. That was a huge goal for me. My goal was to hit 10K subscribers by the end of this year, and I met my goal. And I'm really happy with that. So I would say I was expecting growth on YouTube, and just learning how to be better with YouTube and manage members only content and do live streaming 4 to 5 days a week. And I would say I'm really happy with the growth I've had on YouTube and figuring out what schedule works well with everything else I've got going on. In terms of 2026, what I'm most excited for, oh man, there's so many things I'm excited for. It's hard to say what exactly. I'm really excited for the World Cup. Really excited for that. I'm going to my college 10-year reunion in May, so that's gonna be fun. I'm planning to go to Scotland in August, so I'm excited for that trip. And in terms of YouTube, I feel like I'm not trying anything like super crazy, swerving, pivoting into different niches or anything, but I'm excited to just sustain what I've been doing and keep going. Because in 2025, I hammered out a schedule that I think is sustainable, that works well for me, so I just want to keep that going. All right. Dave says, oh gosh, the plague, LOL. I know, zero fun. William says, Hannah, before you go to Kansas City, you have to groove to the song Kansas City by Fats Domino. It's mandatory. I am actually not going to be going to Kansas City. I was thinking of going there for World Cup, but I was looking at tickets for games, and I just could not justify the cost. For one ticket, anywhere between, like, a decent view was $2,000 to $4,000. And I was like, honestly, I just can't. It's so crazy to think of, like, if you had a stack of $2,000 to $4,000, like, sitting in a pile, and you handed it over to someone for 90 minutes of a sports game. It's like, I can't justify it when I think of everything else I can do with $2,000 to $4,000. Plus, that is just the ticket. That doesn't even include airfare, hotel, food, transportation, etc., souvenirs like that. I was like, I can't justify this. I don't know. Some people can, I can't. So I'm not planning on going to Kansas City, actually, this coming year. Nice to meet you, Hannah. We'll definitely dive into your channel. Awesome. JD's Life from Cambridge, Mass. Love to see you here. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope you enjoy the channel content. Ruby, good to see you again. Gotta go. Good night. Villain Killing Dylan, if I don't see you tomorrow, Happy New Year. Thank you so much for being here. Ruby, thank you for liking the live. Dave says, for me, sugar has never tasted the same, and I thought you meant Worcester, Cambridge, England. No. So I was talking to JD's Life, who is a few comments above you, and I'm gonna say she because her profile picture looks like a she. She was talking with another person in the chat about Boston, and she's like, I live west of Boston. And I was like, okay, I know 3 cities near Boston that are basically the surrounding areas: Cambridge, Worcester, and Newton, Mass. And I got she's in one of those 3. She's in Cambridge. But we were not talking about the UK. We were talking about Cambridge, Boston, United States. Dave, I'm curious. So you're saying, for me, sugar has never tasted the same. Have you completely eliminated processed sugars from your diet, or do you still have them like now and then? Because I'm at this point trying to reduce sugar and refined carbs, basically just reduce ultra processed food intake to maximum 1 day a week, and then be super clean the other 6 days. Nova Plim, I think. Nova Plim. Ergo Video Ace says, hello. You have a crying emoji. What's going on? I just figured LOL, says Dave. Sabitha, doing good. Beck May slays. Thank you. I appreciate that, Beck May. I'm wearing my Christmas stuff until January 7th because that's Orthodox Christmas. So Orthodox Christmas have a different count. Orthodox Christians have a different calendar than Western, like Santa Claus Christmas on December 25th. So think pretty much all the Christians in Russia, Ukraine, Greece, the Balkan states, Romania, Eastern Europe, parts of Egypt, and Ethiopia. So I'm half Ethiopian. My dad is from Ethiopia. The Christians there are Orthodox Christians, so they celebrate Christmas on a different day. So I'm like, okay, I gotta keep the Christmas stuff going until Christmas 2.0 is done. So I'll be wearing this stuff until January 7th. Almost Slima. I do know Morocco. I lived there for a summer. Yes. Pezzonovante, hello. Wishing you and your family and your viewers a happy new year. Same to you, Pezzonovante. Thank you so much and happy new year. Sam, I am. Yes, this is indeed Catalina Crunch in the background. I love this stuff, you guys. This is my favorite cereal. It's protein cereal. There's 11 grams of protein, 0 sugar. It's sweetened with monk fruit and stevia extract. And it was actually made by a type 1 diabetic who wanted to have the same, you know, crunchy, sweet breakfast cereal experience, but obviously had to watch out for added sugar because of type 1 diabetes. So yeah, this stuff is incredible. I eat it pretty much every single day and I really love it. All right. Bugs Hot Hoagie. Sam, I am. Dave says, yeah, a lot of money for a ticket. I agree. I know. 2 to 4 grand. William Berry, take that $2,500 and spend it on your family or anything else, honestly. Think about if you really wanted to invest in a nice computer, or honestly, for example, if this, God forbid, but like if my MacBook laptop, which I need every day, if like this just died, or, you know, my iPhone fell in a lake, or I think about, it's like how much food you can buy for 2 to 4 grand, how long you could travel. I mean, airfare is expensive, but like how many hotel nights you could stay in a nice hotel for that much money. It's just, when I think of all the other possibilities for that amount of money, I personally can't justify spending that much on a 90-minute soccer game. It's just not worth that much money for me. Emma Hayes, Jungle Thriving is here. Hello. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Allie, hello. Good to see you. Dave says, yeah, TBH, the Boston part threw me because we ain't got a Boston. I wonder where Boston came from, if it didn't come from the UK. Yaba says, Hannah, looking back, what's your magic moment of 2025? For me, it was riding horses down my beach and seeing a pod of humpback whales passing by. Oh my gosh. My magic moment of 2025. It was probably, oh man, you know, I feel like it has to be like a YouTube one because this was such a big YouTube year for me. I would say it was probably getting to the final hour of my 24-hour live streams that it starts to feel surreal when you've been awake for that long. So getting to the very final hour of the 2 different 24-hour live streams that I did this year, that felt pretty magical because I'm like, I can't believe like I've made it 23 hours. Like, this is great. So that, it's either that or, what else? I think hitting 10K was really cool. Just seeing the 10K because that was my goal for the year, 10K subs. Yeah, I'm gonna go with those 2, but there's other ones in other realms of my life too. Going to my childhood best friend's wedding, like watching her get married, like being there on her wedding day, because we've been friends since we were 10 years old, and now I'm 32, she's 31. So that was a pretty magical moment, being there to support her and being like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. Like it's like a big, we've been at each other's significant life events. So to be like sitting there watching her get married was just like, oh my gosh, it's such a big day. It's like one of the biggest days of her life. Dirty South says, Miss Hannah, it's cold down here by the Louisiana coast, 30 degrees. Man, I don't think about you guys being below freezing down there. That's cold. Jungle Thriving, January 6th is Christmas. No, I think it's January 7th. Orthodox Christmas. Yeah, if you Google Eastern Orthodox Christmas, it's January 7th. Star Andrea, thank you. Dave says, I have sugar in coffee and tea, but I will eat a sweet treat occasionally, but chocolate, fizzy pop, etc. sweets, I just don't ever fancy them anymore, where I used to crave them daily. Same. There was a time not many years ago, especially when I was in grad school and it was just, weird hours. I've always been nocturnal in terms of doing work as a student. And it's just, I can think of times where I would have like a big old bag of M&Ms or candy or chocolate bars, and I would just be like constantly eating them. And now, I mean, I'll have sweet treats every now and then, but just like the constant, like the second I feel hungry or the second I want something to eat, it's just like reach for the bag of sweets and just eat chocolate and eat M&Ms, eat candy, eat whatever. It was just so much more sugar consumption than compared to now, like dramatic difference. Jawad Narani, good to see you. Aries Garcia, I am not eating this. I'm making a holiday craft called a pomander. Check the pinned comment in the chat. Jungle Thriving, hello. Sam I am. Ooh, looks like you're Eritrean. I know that flag. At least I think I do. William says, love to all Orthodox Christians. Hey, it's a potato. Thank you so much. Happy New Year, Star Andrea. Happy New Year 2026. Here we come. I know. I can't believe this, guys. Oh, there's one more day of this year. It feels like a dream, honestly. It feels like a dream. And then it's gonna be New Year, and then it's like we'll go to sleep and wake up, and then it's like, oh my gosh, it's 2026? What? Very strange. Prasanth, Happy New Year. Thank you so much. Aries Garcia, I don't eat Cocoa Crunch. Prasanth, Allie, Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much. Chip Broadhead, Happy New Year. Allie is asking, Hannah, what are you most looking forward to in 2026? This is such a hard question. I think it's so many things. It's hard to say just one. Maybe, I feel like it's a tie between World Cup, continuing YouTube, just continuing my YouTube routine, because I love YouTube and I'm just excited. I think with YouTube, it's, seeing like new people who join and then become part of the regular live stream crew. So continuing YouTube, and then also just seeing what brand collabs come my way next year, because you can reach out to brands and request a collaboration, but oftentimes they won't reply or they'll just say no, but you don't control the emails that come into your inbox. And it's really cool to think back on this year, all of the brands that reached out and wanted to collab. And it's like, that was so cool. I got to do jewelry, I got to do lip gloss, I got to do a hot pot, I got to do cookware that I've featured a lot on here. It's been all these cool products, and I'm excited to see what collabs come my way in the next year. So that it's exciting to think about, because you just don't know. And then probably my college 10-year reunion in May. It's gonna be so weird seeing people who I have not seen for a decade and be like, oh my God, it was just yesterday that we were all here. And now here we are 10 years later. How about you, Allie? What are you looking forward to the most in 2026? Chip Broadhead, I will not be doing any baking on New Year's Eve. Nope, I'm gonna be up north at my uncle's place. I'm staying with him. We're going up, my family's going up, and hanging out, eating food, playing card games, watching TV coverage of, all the different locations ringing in the new year. I will be going live tomorrow, and I am planning to go live at 8 p.m. Central Time, so my regular time tomorrow, so that I can, the thing is, it's like, I wanna see you guys for a little bit. I feel like you guys are so important in my life, and I love chatting with you, and I want to spend part of my New Year's Eve with you guys, just like I spent part of my Christmas Eve and my Christmas Day with you. I really do love hopping on here and seeing who comes and getting to chat about stuff. All right. Ooh, Eli is saying steaks, fire pit going, and fireworks tomorrow night. That sounds perfect. I love the sound of that. Barry says the bun drops were pretty magical. I'm actually planning on posting a short. Stay tuned. Barry says Big Tech's nice. I guess that's why they call you Big Techs. We got Illy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Hey, gotta stay positive. It's like not fake positive. Like, I'm not trying to be just like everything is amazing and wonderful, but it's like, you can choose to have a positive attitude or a positive outlook on things, even if circumstances are not pleasant or things didn't go your way. So I feel like there is a difference. But I do like to keep it positive on here and chat with all of you. It's just like, why be negative? There's no need. Jungle Thriving. I like those cookies in the metal tin that are chocolate. My favorite is the one with a picture of a horse on it. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. Cookies in the metal tin that are chocolate. Chars 2.0, I did have a poll question. Also, thank you, Eli. I'm getting a screenshot. I'm gonna have to come up with another trivia question for you guys. One sec. Yay! Gotcha. Thank you, Eli, for the super chat. Let me get you on my shout out list. Yay. Docs Safe Tube. Jungle Thriving. It's like a vanilla wafer, with a chocolate on top and an image of a horse. Sounds beautiful. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Pedro said hi. Life with Olivia. sorry, Olivia, you got to collaborate with the water filter company. Yes, yep, thank you for the reminder. My beautiful EcoViva filter. I got to collab with them twice because they, one, sent me the filter with the picture and everything, and then they reached out again and they said, hey Hannah, can we do a second collab with you where you put replacement filters into your water filter? And they sent me complimentary filters for the video, and I was like, this is so nice. Thanks for reaching out a second time to collaborate. And I love using my EcoViva water filter. I use it every single day. Heavy Duty Ralph, good to see you. Happy New Year. Thanks for being here. Thank you, Eli. Your New Year's plans sound so fun. Oh, I just missed it. Dang it. I was typing so fast trying to get the reply to your super chat, but dang, YouTube. Big text. I'll just reply to you in a chat. Thank you so much for the super chat. Your New Year's plans sound so fun. Enjoy. I feel that you're a big part of our life too. I mean, that's the thing, is like YouTube has become, it's so wild because I remember watching YouTubers, even when I didn't have a channel of my own, but I would watch YouTubers and they would say to their community, they would say in their videos, you guys are such a big part of my life and I love you guys. And I would listen to that and I'm like, are they really? Like, you're online and you haven't met them. But now I feel like being on this side of things, it's so true. You guys are a big part of my life. I love coming to these live streams. It's like I know where, not everybody, but I know where a lot of you live. I know what you're up to, things you're going through, when your birthdays are, what your job or jobs are. It's just, yeah, it's so fun being on here. And I like spending my time on here with you guys. Olivia is saying, maybe in 2026 you'll get a third collab with them. I know, that would be very fun. I would welcome another collab with them. Ultra Go Get a VN, hello. Thanks for being here. Poison Toad, Hannah's loyalty is pure. What a wife she would make. Thanks, Poison Toad. I appreciate your comment. Trivia question. Okay, I wrote some notes down for ideas. What could I do? I have favorite Nicolas Cage movie. I have to think on that one though, but there's, who are some other actors? Favorite, or I was listening to Jason Derulo today. I could do favorite Jason Derulo. I know some of you probably won't know him. Songs. How about Bieber? That Bieber would take a while. Or Rihanna. I'm trying to think of something really fast. God, Jason Derulo. Not all family friendly, but whatever. Trumpets is good. Oh my God, he's got so many good ones. Okay, we're gonna do Jason Derulo. Favorite Jason Derulo song. I have so many I love, oh my God. Like, anthem of my millennial middle school life. So many of them. Oh shoot. What was I listening to? Okay. Sorry, literally give me like a few more seconds here. I like some of his songs, but they're not PG, so I'm not gonna list them. Trumpets. All right. So trivia question number 2. Let me first get caught up here. Lisa, so good to see you. Thanks for being here. Barry, Face Off is my favorite Nicolas Cage movie. That movie is sick. I love Face Off. Olivia says, honestly, you really are a big part of my life. Your kindness is contagious, and your streams make my day better. I love hearing this feedback. That is such a big why. I have many whys for YouTube, why I do YouTube, and one of them is connecting with people and just having a positive connection or positive influence on one person. If one person is like, I was in a bad mood, or I just, like winding down at the end of the day, or I know some people have said they watch me over their work break and then they have to go back to work, but I love connecting with people, and I want to be positive on here because I feel like so much of the internet is insane. Not all of it. I do like the internet, but it can be, you can doom scroll, there's, tragic headlines, and it's a lot. So trying to keep it positive, and I love hearing comments and feedback like this. Olivia, thank you. Young Chazi, Face Off. I know, now I want to watch Face Off. Thank you, Star Andrea. Bring Out the Dead, says Young Chazi. Bryce Oseif is here. Happy New Year, Valerie. Okay, coffee, you made it, yay! All right, new trivia question, sorry. This is gonna be not New Year's related, but music related. I was on a little Jason Derulo kick today. So guess my favorite Jason Derulo song. So good. There's two. Honestly, it's between two of these songs. Come on. In my head, trumpets, or what you say. Sorry if you don't know who Jason Derulo is, but I love Jason Derulo. I feel like he got kind of canceled, but I love his voice and I love his songs. Edwin Matos. Valerie, I'm doing good. How are you doing, Valerie? Robert Ashford using those member emojis. Yes! Including the new Vikings helmet emoji. I just added that one, I think Sunday, maybe. Coffee, Hannah, hey, my friend. Barry, yeah, you're pretty awesome, Hannah. Thank you, Barry. I appreciate it. Jungle thriving, no doubt. You feel me, like, know what I'm saying. You're great company to keep. Awesome, awesome. Was there another comment? Face Off. What zombie horror films are you looking forward to? Or did 28 years later piss you off? Yeah, I'll probably watch Bone Temple. I think that comes out next month. I was so let down by 28 years later. There was so much crazy hype because the franchise has, like, 28 days later and 28 weeks later, 1 and 2, were so good. And then 28 years later was just like, I'm not liking this at all. I think out of curiosity, I will watch the Bone Temple trilogy that's starting off soon. You know what? There is, I should keep this as a trivia question. There is a horror movie that I have written down that I know is coming out next year, and I'm already planning to see it. I already have plans to see it. So I'm gonna save that one. Thank you for the question, Yaba. So trivia for next time, maybe tomorrow. Guess which horror movie, 2026 horror movie, I already plan to see, and then I'll come up with options. Coffee, Charles 2.0, I think What You Say, What You Say, that you want me meant well. So good, his songs are so catchy. Barry says, what's up, Coffee? The guy. Barry says, speaking about coffee, BRB. Understandable. I want to see part 2 to Apocalypse? Apocalypto, maybe? Apocalypse. Apocalypsis? Is this a movie I don't know? I'm gonna Google this. Movie? Apocalypsis. Whoa. Never heard of this before. What? Whoa. Gerald Romanov, Happy New Year to you. God bless America. Andre Carter, I'm doing good. I am off work for the rest of the week. I'm gonna be traveling tomorrow. I haven't even started packing. I'm just realizing that now. But it's, you know, it's not a far away travel vacation. But I'm like, whatever. I'll get packed. At this point, I know what things I need, and if I forget anything, I can run and grab, you know, extra, whatever it is. This line is a little bit crooked, unfortunately. UAZ, thank you. Your fave Mex. Ooh, coffee, yay! Thank you for using your 1 month member milestone, chat. Thank you, thank you. Let me make sure to get you written down. Your fave Mex is saying Shaun of the Dead is one of my favorite zombie movies. If it's a spoof, I can't do horror comedy. I just want pure horror. Coffee, thank you so much. I'm gonna make sure to shout you out. 1 year. Ooh, and there's a thumbs up from Paul White Folks Wallace. Thank you. Happy New Year. Coffee, 1 year, or 1 month member chat. I wanna make sure to get that. Thank you. Coffee. Yes. All right. Paul White Folks Wallace sent the thumbs up. Thank you for that. I've got you written down. Dustin saw that one about Shaun of the Dead. Olivia, coffee with the Martha emoji. Olivia, I want to see more Studio Ghibli movies. Oh, next on my list is Spirited Away. Oh my goodness, Spirited Away is beautiful. It's a little spooky and a little scary. I think I saw it when I was like 10. But it like was spooky and a little unsettling, but also captivating. I liked it. What's that you're holding in your hand? This is a Pomander, which is the OG air freshener and antimicrobial from the 1300s that people in medieval Europe used to try and not get the plague and also to freshen the air. I think I was reading too that people would carry these around as religious objects. I don't know. But there's some interesting history about pomanders. And they're a popular, I would say a pretty popular Christmas craft, maybe not as popular as in the olden days. I feel like this line is not the best one I've done, but it's okay. A little crooked. Bryce O'Syfe, I love the Predator movies. Hello, Paul White Folks Wallace. Happy New Year. Any exciting plans? I'm being like extra precise with my pomander because I am gifting this to my sister. So I want it to be really nice. Boogeyman said hi. Dustin says, I wish they'd make a new Nightmare on Elm Street. Ooh. Egg Shen, you made it. Thanks for dropping by. Happy New Year. Almost 2026. Joe Sensei with the laughing disco ball. Cute. Thank you. Appreciate you, Joe. Oh, this looks okay. Let me make sure to get Joe Sensei down on my list. Danielle says, who did you gift the first pomander to? It was my mom. She got it for Christmas. And my sister saw it and she loved how it looked, so she's like, I want one too. And I was like, I can make you one. I bought 2 oranges. Ooh, big South Philly. How do you feel about the Somali scammers in Minnesota? So obviously, you can't just you can't just say everybody in one group of people is terrible. But it is unfortunate what has been happening in Minnesota. For those of you who don't know, Minnesota public programs that are funded by taxpayer dollars have been getting scammed big time. And it is members of the Somali community who have been doing this. And the number just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing and climbing. And like, please, if you want to just watch a fascinating video about this, I highly encourage you, I'm gonna write this in a comment. I highly encourage you all to watch Nick Shirley's expose video of allegedly fraudulent daycare centers here in Minneapolis. Yeah, you guys have probably been seeing Minnesota and specifically Minneapolis and St. Paul in the news all over the place. It's really unfortunate because it's now projected to be billions of dollars in stolen taxpayer dollars for billed services that were never provided in healthcare settings and in daycare centers potentially. And there was actually back in the COVID era, Minnesota had what they call the biggest COVID era fraud scam, whatever. It was called Feeding Our Future, and it was this nonprofit that claimed to be feeding all of these children, and they were not feeding all of these children. They were literally claiming to feed children and spending that money on properties, on luxury bags, luxury cars. It's crazy. Like, you guys know how much I love the state of Minnesota, but this is current events. I'm not commentating as one political side or the other. I'm just telling you what's in the news and what's been going on in this state for years. The extent of the fraud is absolutely shocking and disappointing. As someone who pays like 1/3 of my gross income goes back to the state and federal government in the form of taxes. So 1/3 of my paycheck I don't even see because I don't see it, or I have to pay it during tax season. But it's like when 1/3 of your gross income goes back as taxes and you now have billions of dollars in fraud, potentially the number keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. It's so disappointing, and I want every one of you to do some reading, go online, read about the fraud in Minnesota. Please read about Feeding Our Future, that scam that happened in 2020, 2021. Please read about the housing stabilization services fraud. Please read about Medicaid fraud in Minnesota. And now please go and watch Nick Shirley's, it's like a 42-minute video where he goes around Minneapolis to these daycare centers that are licensed to be serving dozens, or in some cases over 100 children. There's no children to be seen, and yet these daycare centers have been receiving tons, like millions of state dollars. It's crazy. So I'm gonna keep talking about it because I want people to know about this, and I want people to keep talking about this because it's a huge issue in this state, and I want it to get fixed. Because I'm like, whatever's going on, like, if you're paying taxes, you don't want your taxes to be getting stolen. You want your taxes to be paying park employees, and there's literally been people out in the middle of the night shoveling snow who are working for the city. You want your taxes to be going to schools and to paving roads and to you know, I'm trying to think of everything that taxpayer dollars go toward. And it's like, it's so sad to think of all the things that billions of dollars could be going toward improving kids' performance on testing in schools. It could be going to construct new schools. It could be going to repair, you know, decrepit buildings all over the state, supporting farmers, etc. And it's just terrible. But now everybody's talking about it, so let's talk about it, please. All right, tangent of the night. Nicole, hello. Joe is here, Joe Sensei. Thank you, Ted Holbrook. Bryce O'Syfe, my favorite horror movie of all time. Bryce O'Syfe. My favorite horror movie is The Witch. All right. I voted, but I'm more of a Want to Want Me fan for Jason Derulo. Coffee, they're doing good. Yes. Danielle says they are beautiful. I want to make one. Nicole, coffee, your fave Max. Hannah, have you spoken about what happened to Anthony Joshua? Yes. Yep, we've been talking about that too. Olivia says, I would watch it, but it sounds complicated. I'm too tired for that. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to watch the video tonight, and you don't have to, I'm not saying like go and do a bunch of research, but like even at some point, like in the next 2 days, just open up Google on your phone or on YouTube. I would say YouTube is a good place. Google, YouTube, or any search engine and just type in Minnesota fraud news or Minnesota fraud. Just type in Minnesota fraud and just read and watch videos for, can be like 5-10 minutes, but it's crazy what's going on. Dustin, Nick was basically the only person talking about that is what's crazy. But honestly now, it's like this has been going on for years. And now it's like cat's out of the bag. Everybody's talking about it. His video I saw was viewed 100 million times on X. So it's like we need to talk about this issue because it's so bad and it's so much money that's being lost that should be going to support all these other things in the state. It's like a tragedy. So keep the discussion alive. Like we need to talk about this. Because it's like, I don't want to see our state doing poorly. I'm not rooting against Minnesota. I hate seeing Minnesota in all of these headlines for all these terrible things. And I'm like, okay, let's fix the problem. Let's talk about it. Let's get it in front of more people. William, never in a million years did I think Hannah would comment on this. You have to talk about it though. You have to talk about it though. Fraud is fraud. Doesn't matter who's doing it. It could be, you know, grannies doing it. It could be, you know, delinquent 19-year-olds who don't have anything better to do. It could be anybody, but it's like you have to talk about this 100%. Because it's happening here. It's been happening for years, and the numbers are staggering. So please, and I'm not telling you what to think, what to believe about it, but please just read about it. Because I want more people to understand what's going on in the state of Minnesota. Danielle, is Minnesota a red or blue state? It's quite purple, actually. And that's actually one thing I really like about living in the state of Minnesota. Again, I don't talk about my own political views, but I like to talk about current events, things that are going on locally, globally, whatever. But yeah, Minnesota, like when I think about our governors, like we've had, like I can remember having Tim Pawlenty and I think Norm Coleman. I'm gonna have to check that one. But in my lifetime, we've had both Republican and Democrat governors. We had an independent, we had Jesse Ventura. And I would say generally in the state of Minnesota, you have, I would say the big metro centers are Minneapolis, St. Paul, Rochester, which is a bit south of Minneapolis, which is where the Mayo Clinic is located, and then the North Shore city of Duluth. And so those are like the three metro areas, and those are overwhelmingly Democrat bases. So Minneapolis, St. Paul, largely the communities here vote Democrat. Same up in the North Shore area, and same for the Rochester Mayo Clinic area. But then once you get into the outstate, like the non-metro hubs, then it's very reliably Republican voters. So when you look at the numbers, we've tended to vote blue in elections as a state, but I would say we're not quite a swing state where we're up for grabs. We lean more blue, but we're still an interesting mix, because it's not like 100% like super reliably blue and 100% super reliably red like some states are. Bryce has seen it. Nice. Amazing. Yes, we're almost to 100 likes. Let's see. Zoe, thank you. Olivia, looked it up now. That's awful. Yeah. I mean, it's just please, please, please read about it. Like, I just want people to read what's out there and make up your own mind. It's like, it has been happening. There's no disputing that. Like, there are public government funded programs in the state of Minnesota that have been scammed, like defrauded, money taken, not used for proper services, and spent on things that are not, that people should not have been spending that money on. And yeah, I want people to know about it. It's like you have to have people know about this. And it sucks that it's going on, but I love this state so much. You guys, you members, you know, I have Minnesota as one of my member emojis, and I say how great of a state Minnesota is, but you know, we do have issues going on here. And at the very least, it's like, I want you guys to know like some of the issues and the hot topics that are going on right here in my state. William Barry says Hannah for governor. Javier Gonzalez Coffee says, let's get Hannah to 175 likes. Maybe, although we'll see, I don't know. Edward says lol Vikings. Egg Shen, I like a horror movie from 2015 called Baskin. See, and I don't really like the uber gory movies. Dylan, blue if you got walls. Yes, so obviously, yeah, our current governor is a Democrat governor. Our previous one before Walz was, what was his name? Governor Dayton, Democrat. Before Dayton, I wonder if it was Pawlenty. See, and this is where I'm, list of Minnesota governors. Because I feel like I remember from my childhood they were, let's just pull this up. I mean, you guys know I'm a political science major. I love understanding like how people vote, patterns, parties, predictions. Yeah, oh, this is so was Norm Coleman? Oh, okay, he was not. I think he was a representative or something. Yeah, so cool. I love this stuff. I'm one of those people who stays up all night long on election night because it's so interesting to watch like the results come in and you're like, oh my gosh, which way is it gonna go? All right, Egg Shen, your fave Mex, Chiba, Jesse the Body Ventura, yep, governor of Minnesota, independent baby. So goofy. I remember my mom telling me, so I was alive during this, but it's when I was pretty little and I wouldn't have really known what was going on. He was our governor from 1999 to 2003. And my mom, I remember her saying that she and my dad went to sleep on election night and they were like, it's looking pretty split. I wonder who's gonna win. And she's like, we could not believe it when we woke up and we heard that Jesse Ventura was gonna be our governor. So goofy. Yeah, it's just such a fun fact that he was our governor. All right. Big cities are always blue. Not necessarily, actually, Dylan. That is not 100% true. So I have an example for you. In this past election cycle, last year, Miami-Dade County was like voting for Trump, which was very unusual for an urban center because their cities are very predictably going to vote Democrat Party in the United States. But that's not always the case. Treasure Island Casino is out that way, says Egg Shen. Ari fam, I get Alicia Keys sometimes. Hassan Game Pro Gamer HT. I guess I'm ready for New Year's Eve, but it like still hasn't hit me. It feels like a dream. It's like, wait, what? Because I was sitting at work today and I was sitting in a meeting and just going through stuff, and in my head I was thinking, tomorrow is New Year's Eve. What? It's 2025 has been maybe the strange, well, I don't know if anything can compare to 2020. That was probably the craziest year, hopefully, of my life. But 2025 has been very fast, and it's had its difficulties, its unpleasant moments, but also really exciting moments and growth. So I'm kind of left scratching my head where I'm like, it's been a real one, 2025. Thanks for everything. And I'll see you in the rearview mirror. Let's go onward to 2026. Dylan, Egg Shen, Jesse would say the great state of Minnesota. Barry says, I know you don't like getting into politics here, but I can go deep into it. The thing is, so I don't talk about I don't share my political views. I don't share who I vote for. I don't share any of that stuff. Like where I stand on certain platforms. Like I'm not commenting on hot topics of the day. I just don't, I really stay out of that lane, but I like to talk about current events and politics as they exist, where it's like the way elections work and trends and patterns and voter turnout and candidates and who's running and who's being challenged and what are the projections. Like that stuff I love. Like that type of politics I talk about in here, but I don't share my own political views. I don't talk about who I vote for. None of that, no. Because I don't want to be, I would rather not have that label on my channel where it's like, oh, Hannah, she votes this way, and then, she's this kind of a person. No, I'm not trying to do that. Brace Osaif, you are going to sleep. I am from Arizona going to sleep. Have a good sleep, Bryce. Young Chazi, same way we felt when friggin' Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, oh my God. Dude, he's the only, oh my God, I'm obsessed with Arnold anyways, but he's the only person who will probably ever get to have the title, the Governator. I remember when he was elected, I was laughing. I could not believe it. But also, maybe I'm wrong, but wasn't Ronald Reagan, I'm gonna go with this, Ronald Reagan, California governor? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm associating him with Hollywood, but maybe not. I don't think he was. But he ran, he was, yeah, okay. That's, because I think if you're gonna have a celebrity, like a movie star, be a governor of a state, California makes sense to me, because Ronald Reagan was a 2-term governor of California, big time Hollywood dude, and then crossed over into politics. And then Arnold was the same, big time epic, legendary movie dude, still is, and then went into politics. I think I still would have been surprised though with Arnold. It'd be like, oh my gosh, what? I'm ready for the big ride, baby, says Nicolas Cage. That's a quote from Nicolas Cage. Yaba, please, no politics, please. I don't talk about my political views, but I will definitely talk about current events involving politics because that's important to talk about, especially what's going on in Minnesota right now. I will beat that horse until it's extra dead. Tristan Bush. I do. Yes, I do like listening to a lot of music. Danielle, Ronald Reagan was president of Screen Actors Guild. I didn't know that. That's so cool. Nova says Freckles. Yes. I never knew a celebrity was a governor before. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There have been... I'm trying to think of governors who were celebrities. So I know Ronald Reagan and, what's his face? Arnold. Jesse Ventura. There's a third. I'm trying to think, are there any other movie stars or famous people who ran for office? There have to be that I'm forgetting, but those are the three. Movie stars who became governors. Or celebrities. Actors turned governors. Those are kind of the three I'm getting. Ronald Reagan, Jesse Ventura, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. William, you're way better than Arnold. I don't know about that. I like Arnold. Texas needs Matthew McConaughey. It would be interesting if Matthew McConaughey ran for governor, because I think... Well, to be honest, I don't know. I don't know where he lands politically, so I don't know what party he would run on. It would be interesting to see how he did if he decided to run. All right, Mr. All right. He's grown on me. I would say, yeah, Matthew McConaughey. I was maybe like, not sure about you, but I like him. I find him charming. All right. Ooh, I gotta close this poll, guys. If you haven't voted yet, please vote in the poll. Hannah, you gotta be the next celebrity governor. Hannah for governor. Oh, I don't know. You guys know how much I love the state of Minnesota, and I feel like there's just like the game of politics. When I think about, all that goes into campaigning and seeking an office, it seems exhausting, and I think there's just so many unpleasant parts of it. Again, never say never. I try not to rule anything out, but I don't know. I think there can be a lot of not ideal actors in politics too. All right. Maddie, Life with Olivia with the Minnesota member emojis. Woo! Young Chazi, I'll beat that horse till it's extra dead. That's the most ruthless thing I've ever heard Hannah say. I am like, one of the things that I care so much about is that people actually get the facts and are able to understand what's going on in different places. And I want people to know exactly what's going on here. And so if people mention it in the comments where it's like, how do you feel about the fraud going on? How do you feel about this going on? It's like, it sucks, but let's keep the conversation going. Because I want all of it to be uncovered, and I want all of it to get fixed. Who wouldn't want that? It's like if you got a leak in your roof, or if you've got say like the bank that you have your money in suddenly gets like hijacked or what do you call it? corrupted in some way. It's like you want it fixed because it's harming, it's harmful if you don't fix it. Hannah the Healthinator. McConaughey was in a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? Interesting. Decifios, you're in Indonesia. Love you, babes, said hi. All right, I'm gonna close the poll. Manal is here. William is saying, but keep in mind you're constantly at war and that's a pool of sharks that make the mafia look like the Boy Scouts. Oh, brutal. So brutal. The world is a brutal place. Like, I have no illusions about that. I was thinking this the other day. I was like, the world is a brutal place, but it's also a beautiful place. Like, it's got a little bit of everything, but I have no illusions about, yeah, just how ruthless things can get in politics. And it's just kind of like, oof, this is getting a little nasty. Joe Baker. Okay, so poll question number 2. Dang, you guys did so good. I was hoping maybe I could trick you with this one. So the question was, guess my favorite Jason Derulo song. And the song that I like the most is In My Head. I was listening to that song this evening before I hopped on this live stream. His stuff is awesome. But I would say my top 2 Jason Derulo songs are In My Head and What You Say. So you guys did good. Those came in first and second. Nicole, yep, I can't believe it's New Year's, almost New Year's, excuse me. But I'm ready for it, yeah. The thing is though, it's 10 p.m. my time. I'm leaving tomorrow morning on a New Year's trip and I still haven't packed. Granted, it's a very chill trip. Like, we're not going that far, but I still need to pack. William Berry, and you are why it's beautiful. Thank you, William Berry. Thank you. Okay, I was like, wait, what? Now I understand your comment. The world is a brutal place, but it's also a beautiful place. Olivia picked What You Say. You were close to being correct. I mean, In My Head is like a hair above What You Say. Now I want to blast What You Say because that is super catchy. Larry Middleton, so good to see you. Happy New Year. Barry says, every comment about politics keeps getting deleted. I'll try to word things less harshly. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think what I've banned because you should still be able to say, I wonder if I've banned the words, let me check. Because I don't mind talking about like the political parties. Let's not pretend like they don't exist. But let me just see, Democrat, like, have I banned that word, Democrat? I'm just testing words here, people. Republican. So those aren't banned. Because I love talking about current events and I love talking about what's going on. It's freezing weather here in New York City. People in Times Square, yup, OMG. I will not be there because it's going to be freezing. I wouldn't do it either, Tony. I wouldn't. To me, I don't think I would enjoy that. Dylan, military question mark. If you're wondering if I'm in the military, I am not in the military. I'm not a veteran. Eggshen, are you saying want me at karaoke? Nice. Have a wonderful night, Tony. Thank you very much. Yes, Happy New Year. Thanks, Ed Pena. Wesley with 1. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, around election time, that was President Trump, President of the United States. It's like, whenever there are certain things in the news, especially around election time, I was getting like, Trump, MAGA, and I was just like, I don't want to get spammed all of this stuff. Just like people have spammed Bill Cosby, people have spammed Somalis, people have spammed P. Diddy. It's like anything that's like sensational that's in the news cycle, there's gonna be some troll that just spams it over and over, and I'm like, God, I don't want my live streams to just be flooded with this stuff. So that's why it's unfortunate, but yeah. Tony says, you're welcome. Paspal Danielle says, I'm glad he is banned. It's just like, he is the president, and I want to know what's going on. Like, hate him, love him, don't care, like, he's the president. So it's like, okay, I want to know what's going on in the White House. I want to know what we're doing. What is the USA up to overseas, okay? But the spamming, there's just always spammers who are going to be coming in here with, pick a political topic. They're going to come in here with stuff. And I'm like, I just don't want, because I feel like that can also it can like not ruin, but it can really color the chat, and it can make people not want to comment or be here, because it can be off-putting for a lot of people where they're like, dang, there's so much spam and there's all this stuff. Yeah, so there's reasons behind all of my shadow banned words and phrases, because they've either been used in a hateful way, disrespectful way, inappropriate way, creepy way, or just like spammy to the point where I'm like, I'm just not doing this anymore. Ringo. Okay, Danielle Serbuk Barsegyan. Thank you. Wesley says nods. Yep, exactly. Yep, Dylan, you'll discover if you try typing certain things, particularly political things. It's just anytime I've seen something where I'm like, I'm not doing that. I don't want that coming up as a topic. Just write it down and then ban it, put it into my shadow ban filter. It's nice to have a channel without it, right, Danielle? It's like, okay, it's like people who really want to get into the nitty-gritty political topics and debates, and they want one side or the other. It's like there's a million YouTube channels you can go to that discuss politics and get into the creator's own opinions. But I'm like, that's not the lane I want to be in. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I like to have a nice, just not unbiased, because every person has bias, but it's like I'm just not touching certain topics because I want to just remain neutral, not weigh in. Certain things I'm not gonna talk about. So I'm like, if you want to talk politics and get into people's opinions, including the creators' opinions, go to other people's channels. Let's see. Dade Winarty, hello. Dylan, it's the NPC dialogues. Andrew is saying, that's pretty much how my family treat me at gatherings. I'm censored. Oh no. See, I don't believe in censorship. The thing is, it's like I ban words on here because it's the internet, and you just get keyboard warriors, you get spammers, you get trolls, you get haters, you get really nasty people, creepy people. So it's like, it's one thing to censor language on the internet in a chat setting, but I think in like actual human in-person dialogue, I do not like censorship. I'm so anti like canceling people for what they say or for what they think. I'm big on, it's like First Amendment is huge. You gotta have free speech. That sucks. I'm sorry about that, Andrew. I am so against, like, in dialogue, in real in-person dialogue with other people, I am so against censorship, because that is the opposite of the First Amendment. At least I'm talking from the US point of view. I feel like, doesn't the UK have freedom of, I mean, I don't know where it is in your laws, but yeah, freedom of speech is like number one, gotta have it. Hannah has my vote no matter what ticket she rides on. Thanks, William. Jose Hernandez, doing good, just hanging out and chatting. Olivia says, well, I'm gonna head out, Hannah, and chat. Make sure you, I know, I still gotta pack. And the thing is, I'm already in vacation mode, so I just like, I'm not stressed about it. It's like, I'll pack my clothes, I'll pack my toiletries, I'll pack my snacks. Like, it'll happen. It's chill. Joeski, any vacation days? Yes, Joe. I am on vacation right now. So I'm off for the rest of this week. Today was the final day that I worked this week. I worked yesterday and today, and then I'm off for the rest of the week and I leave on vacation tomorrow morning. I'm so excited. Coffee says goodnight to Olivia. Kyrol's a joke. Says, I like your cup. Thank you. I'm still doing Christmas stuff because Orthodox Christmas is not over yet. It's in January. Joski, how do you feel about AI? I think it's pretty scary. I have mixed opinions. Honestly, I think at various times in history, humans were terrified of technological advancements. I know like Y2K, people thought that like the world was gonna crumble and the computers were gonna melt and not understand the year 2000. I'm sure people were terrified about cell phones and laptops and, you know, being able to access stuff and record stuff and take photos with your phone. And so with AI, yes, I think you need guardrails, but I use AI a lot, so I appreciate AI for all the time it saves me. I just think it is a little frightening too. Dylan, yeah, I've been hearing about this, unfortunately. Let's see. Yeah, I don't live there, so this is purely based on what I've seen on social media and read, but there does seem to be a concerning trend based on the content I've watched where people in the UK or I was even reading about Germany where they're now policing what you say online. And I was like, oh, I don't like that. I don't agree with that. Alex, I get this question every now and then. I don't like pineapple on pizza. Dylan, yeah, they get arrested for tweets. Oof. Wesley, Wild Bill, beautiful energy in your smile. Thank you. Coffee. Are you taking us with you on vacation? So I'm going to be doing a live stream tomorrow night, guys, 8 p.m. Central. I will be on vacation, but I will be doing a live stream. Big Bull Slayer, Y2K was a hoot. I remember we were taking bets, says Eggshell. That's funny. Coffee. Big Bull Slayer, I'm doing good. Danielle says people were afraid of microwaves when they first, yes, exactly. That's what I didn't think of, but I think with every advancement, I imagine when like the first, oh, you know what, I can think of one. So in the series Downton Abbey, it takes place in, the years of Downton Abbey are the 19-teens to the 1920s, I think. But it starts with the sinking of the Titanic. That's episode 1 of Downton Abbey. And it's so funny because, for those of you who don't know, Downton Abbey is this aristocratic family, super wealthy, lives in this epic, gorgeous castle home in the countryside of York, I think, somewhere in the UK. And it just shows what the life of rich aristocratic people in the UK looked like around the time. So they have all these servants and they live in this grand home and they just have like ladies in waiting and valets and chauffeurs and more properties. It's just this very lavish lifestyle. And I remember there's an episode of Downton Abbey where the radio people start having radios in their home, and so the family decides to purchase a radio and have it put into their home, and people are like, it's so funny hearing their there's this, like, they're listening to a radio broadcast in one of the scenes, and one of the characters is like, they're like, you don't suppose they can hear us talking, right? Like they're like gathered around the radio and they're like, oh my god, like. And some of the like really old school people in that show, they're like, oh my god, I won't go near that thing. I can't believe a human voice is coming out of that box, because they're like freaked out that a radio can transmit someone's voice from like many miles away. So I think humans have always gotten a little spooked by new technology, and I don't think AI is. I mean, AI is pretty crazy when you think about it, like how much it can do. and impersonate. I think that's a little frightening, but I choose not to just hop on the fear bandwagon because I think that's an easy reaction to have, and I like AI as a tool. All right, Big Haas is here. Barry says, what if AI already destroyed the world before? I mean, how did the ancients have the technology we can't even duplicate today, and how far did they advance? Again, if that's the case, what can I do about it? Like, if I can't really get that freaked out by things anymore. It's like, I'm not a paranoid person. I'm like, okay, well, if AI is gonna destroy us all, like, there's nothing I can do to stop it. Like, I can't stop AI by myself. Like, that sucks if that's the reality, but I'm like, okay, oh well. Willie Berry likes pineapple on pizza. Wild Bill, safe travels, thank you so much. Cooper. Let's see, coffee. Wesley says you need a trademark. Young Chazi says, when I get elected president, I'm gonna knock on Hannah's door for the office of first wifey. America will love her. That's goofy. SM says second last day of Livemas. I know, you guys. Oh my gosh, there's one more day of Livemas. I didn't even think about that, but that's so true. William is saying, oh, Hannah is a beast for marathoning live this whole month. Woo! I love it though, and that is such fuel. When you love something, you can do it for a very, very, very long time. And I love doing lives. GK Chesterson. Okay, I'll add that to my notes because if I go down another rabbit hole, I'm doomed. I'll never get packed. But I'm gonna add it to my notes here. GK Chesterson. Andre. Same as Google, nothing special. Not quite. Andre, Wesley, coffee. Oh, did I miss Cassidy? Wait. Is Cassidy here? I don't think so. Oh no, I saw Coffee's comment. I was like, I don't think I missed a Cassidy comment. Micah, thank you for the 100. Let me get you down here. All right, Barry says we're all gonna die. Well, that's the truth. Is like no one lives forever, which means every person has a death date. It's not, I mean, I want to live a really long time, so I'm trying to live a very long life. But the thing is, with all these doomsday things, oh, AI is going to take the jobs, AI is going to become the Terminator and take over the world, or this and that. I'm just like, okay, so if it does happen, like, that's unfortunate, but there's no point in panicking about it now, because I can't do anything about it. I'm not going to stop AI. All right, Mike, Andrew says, until the vacuum cleaner fits in the corners of the room properly, I'll stay chilled on tech. Okay. SM, lives every day of 2026, then I know. You're not the first person to say this, SM. But it's made me think, because I'm like, I'm not gonna do 365 days of live streaming next year, but I always like thinking about, okay, what's possible? What's a good challenge? What would be kind of like a, can I do it? I'm going to try to do it type of goal. This isn't to say I'll never do a year-long marathon of live streaming. I'd probably have to keep them pretty short. Some of them like 10, 15 minutes. But I have really loved doing a full month of live streaming. And I'm so proud to say I have not reached burnout, like dreading, just like fed up stage of doing Livemas this year. I have loved doing it all month long. Yulia, Andre, sometimes it's wrong, yes. Andrew, yeah, SM, I agree. Andrew's comment was funny. Alex, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Coffee says, stay live forever. When I'm on here for this long, my lips get chapped, hence why I have my Duke Cannon Balm. At the ready. Oop, hit my tooth. Barry says, yeah, I find it funny when people are scared to die. Yes, I know. I'm like, dude, what do you think is gonna happen? You're just gonna live forever? Like, there will eventually come a day that is your last. You will see the sun for the last time. You will see the moon for the last time. You will eat dinner for the last time. You will breathe air for the last time. Like, this happens to every human that's ever walked the earth, as far as we know. And it's unfortunate at times, but at the same time, I would not want to live forever. I think that would also be really haunting and sad, and then you're just like, there's no urgency at all, because you're like, well, I can get around to that at any given point ever, because there's no cutoff time to my life. There's no cutoff point. But yeah, it's like, we're all mortal people. We're all gonna have a day where we pass away. It's not fun to think about, but I appreciate, well, how do I say this? It's like, there's an end date that's certain. Death is certain, and I think that gives life urgency. It's like, I don't have forever, so if you really want to do something, you should do it, because you don't have forever to do it. Cherie says, I agree. Too Tall, the God is from Cleveland. Hello. Randy, I'm off tomorrow, but I'm heading out for vacation at like sometime in the morning. So I should get going. Chris is here. Coffee, Cherise. Honestly, you guys, because it's like the second to last day of Livemas. It's day 30 of Livemas, and I love being on here and chatting with you, and I feel like I also have a lot of energy too. Thank you, Brady. I appreciate it. Randy, Andre. I really hope, if whatever comes next, I hope AI is not what comes next. That would be so disappointing. To me, at least. Jalen, yes, I'm doing well. Happy New Year's Eve, and Happy New Year. I am going to be going live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central for probably an hour or so, just to hang out with people on here for a little bit on New Year's Eve. And also too, guys, remember, tomorrow is the last day of Livemas, because it's the last day of December. And once I'm done going, so tomorrow I will be going live, and then I'm off until I will not be on YouTube until next Monday. So I'm following my resolution goals for 2026, and I'm actually gonna be taking a break from YouTube from New Year's Day until next Monday. Egg Shen, or maybe AI and human beings will merge, that too. Yes, I totally think that can happen. I know Elon has a company where they have embedded like microchip kind of things in people's brains, and the aim is to like assist with like, I think sensory or like paralysis if there's issues with movement. But yeah, I feel like technology is already fusing with humans, because I don't know what the name of the company is, but I think it's Neuralink. Let me Google this. What is Neuralink? Neuralink is Elon Musk's neurotechnology company developing brain-computer interfaces, so brain-computer connections, to create a direct link between the human brain and computers. So yes, this is already happening. Egg Shen, this is already happening. Check out Elon Musk's company, Neuralink. How do you spell that? Neuralink. Super, super interesting stuff happening in the tech, and I feel like it's like the health tech world. Just wild advances happening. Ernest, I know it's almost 2026. It's so exciting. Nunya, Danielle says, safe travels to you. I hope you have a wonderful time with your friends. Happy New Year, Hannah. Happy New Year to you too, Danielle, and happy birthday. I'm so glad it was a good one for you, and it's awesome having you on the channel. Thank you. Coffee says Happy New Year's Eve and Happy New Year's Day. Yes. Andre, it's -11. Oof. Stay warm. I'm going up north, like close to Canada, up in northern Minnesota for New Year's Eve. Barry says, wait a second, how do we know Hannah isn't an AI? OMG, it's begun. I know, I get that comment a lot. This is AI, this is AI, this is fake. What I say to that is, you can go on, like, on my channel, I have videos going back to 2020, pre-AI. So you can look at old photos, or not photos, you can look at old videos of me on YouTube that I uploaded in the year 2020, 2021, 2022. So you can check out my content from pre-AI. I guess that doesn't disprove that this live stream is an AI stream, but I'm like, well, people are always gonna come in with, this is AI, but it's me, Hannah. Brody, Charisse Brewster, Coffee says, Andre, yeah, I imagine it's cold. Sir Mod, hopefully John Connor can save us in 2050. Danielle, I don't think Elon is all human now. Who knows? I mean, I don't know him, and who knows? There's always a possibility. SM, sorry if you've already shared your resolutions. I wasn't here for them. Mind going over some quickly? Yes, I was talking about them earlier. Happy to do so again, because at this point I'm like, I'm on vacation. I can pack at a moment's notice, so that won't take me long. I am happy to go through my resolutions. So, SM, I have 3 YouTube resolutions for 2026. 1, I want to hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and get a silver play button. Number 2, I want to do at least 1 paid brand collaboration on my channel every month. And 3, I want to do my first ever event collaboration with a brand where I get comped tickets to an event through a brand that's sponsoring me to go to that event and film content and post it. So those are my 3 YouTube goals. My 2 fitness goals are to be able to do 50 push-ups in one sitting and get my front splits. And then overall wellness resolutions, I've got 2. I want to take my vacation time seriously, where I put it into my planner / Google Calendar, and when it is my time to rest. So typically Saturday evenings are time off where I'm just relaxing. Actually be resting. Don't be looking at my phone. Don't be answering emails. Don't be doing little half chores and dusting. It's like, just actually rest. Be like actually take my rest seriously and commit to it fully. And the other one is limit my intake of refined grains and sugars to no more than 1 day per week. So have like a sweets and treats day of the week, but the other 6 days eat clean. Those are my resolutions. Tristan Bush, hello. Eggshen, I was just kidding, and Hannah dropping facts. Oh yeah. The human robot fusion is already happening. Tristan Bush, La Flama Blanca, thank you. Cesar Asar, Happy New Year. I know, it's coming so soon. Oaktown, Coffee says 100,000. I know, I love having big goals and just like going after them to the best of my ability, within reason, taking rest, taking breaks, like I said. And then it's like, okay, I'm gonna try my best to hit the goal. If I don't hit the goal, I'll just keep working toward the goal in the next year. Barry says, I don't know, Hannah, I've seen your older vids. You haven't aged a day. It doesn't really help your kids. I would say if you look at my, oh my gosh, my fetus videos from like 2020, I sound different. I think I look younger. there's like noticeable differences you can see in my older videos. Feel free, people, to go to my YouTube channel and filter for oldest videos, and you'll see. You can see there's been a change over the last 5 years. I look still pretty the same, but I think you can tell that I feel like I look younger. Andre, you go in North Canada. No, I'm going to northern Minnesota, so I'll still be in the United States, but I'm gonna be closer to Canada in northern Minnesota. SM, that resolution about rest is so important. I have a similar one. I will be putting my phone on do not disturb for certain days. Ooh, I love that one. Yes, that is how I want to treat my rest time, because I just feel like I learned that lesson the hard way this year and last year too, where it's this unsustainable grind, go mode of operation. And inevitably I have run myself into the ground, gotten sick, felt miserable, felt just completely like a zombie. My brain felt fried. And then it's like, okay, you recover, you're forced to recover when you get to that state. And then it's just like rinse and repeat. But again, going so hard where inevitably you're gonna crash and burn. And I'm like, okay, I've done this now for 2 years. I'm happy with the last 2 years, but it's just, I would prefer to avoid the burnout and working myself into getting sick because of sleep deprivation and stress and trying to do too much. It's like, let's just skip over the burnout entirely and try to avoid it by making the day-to-day schedule more sustainable, where you can just do it indefinitely with strategic breaks placed into your schedule. But it's just like, well thought out breaks can save you so much unpleasantness in terms of burnout and getting sick. And I'm like, there's a smarter way to do this. And that's a big one for me next year. Ace, do you really think you could get to 100K in 1 year? I think it's certainly possible. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it as a resolution. Egg Shen, I'll be at my happy place, Mystic Lake, tomorrow night. Awesome. Also, Enterprise 007 sent a flower. Thank you so much for sending that gift. I will add you to my shout out list. Charisse, Happy New Year to you as well. SM, as a workaholic, that'll be hard to do, but I think if I plan a fun day of either an event or pampering, it'll be easier to do. Yep, SM, I'm the same way. I think by nature, I've always been goal-oriented, hit the next milestone, push myself, questioning myself if I could be working harder. Could I have done better? Could I have gotten to a certain goal faster? It's just like, you know, on the whole, I think it served me well in my life, but also there have been times where it's just like, this is not sustainable. This is getting miserable. And I think life is too precious to be burning yourself out repeatedly if it can be avoided. Okay, saw that one. Barry, Hannah works like a squirrel and sleeps like a cat. Cherise Brewster, up north, you have snow. Well, up north here it definitely has snow, yes. Coffee says, Hannah, sometimes YouTubers batch film videos and take a period of work like yep. I've heard this advice from YouTubers that I follow. They will get themselves like fully prepared to shoot their video. They do their hair, they do their outfit, like they're fully ready to film videos, and then they'll actually film 2 or 3 episodes, whatever you want to call them, back to back in one sitting. Yes, it's a lot, but then they say, then I don't have to sit down and film for weeks. And all I have to do is just sit around for the next however many days in comfy clothes, not on camera, and just edit my footage. So I think there's smarter ways to work, and it's just a work in progress in terms of figuring out my routine. Andre, yes, it's gonna be cold here. BRB Coffee says, I'm probably gonna hop off here. Cornelius, Cherie says, have fun. All right, I wanna do my shout outs for those of you who donated. So there were super chats from Dusty and Eli Magianas, so thank you for the super chats. There were gifts from a bunch of people. The Timinator, Smile Forever, Gianna Forever, Barry, Micah Hilliker, Kurt, Damon, Roger Hess, Jaylene Ramirez, Paul White Folks Wallace, Joe Sensei. I think I have Micah on here twice. And Enterprise 007. And Coffee used his 1 month member milestone chat. So thank you, Coffee, for doing that. And in terms of mods, oh, my memory is not serving me well here. I think we had, I feel like Happy Life or Back to the Future was here, and I'm blanking. But regardless, I want to shout out my mods because they're awesome. Go Vikings, Bears are cooked. Really? Do you think adding new content to get a bigger audience? No, I think I'm maxed out right now, Ace. I'm just gonna keep on what I have been doing because I've grown 10x from a year ago. So it's been working for me this year, and I'm just gonna sustain that into 2026. Okay, guys, I want to reminder that, let's get rid of this pinned comment in case it's in the way. Reminder that, my next live miss and last live miss live stream is tomorrow, which is Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. I cannot believe that we are here to this is the second to last day of Live Miss, and there's gonna be one more day. SM, any financial goals? Yes, but I actually don't like to disclose my finances on YouTube. I keep those private. I started my early one, not buying out coffee every day at work, taking that money and putting it into an ETF, every bit helps. Yes, so I am huge on investing. I try to invest as much as I possibly can, max out my retirement accounts, invest in ETFs and stocks, and what else? That's kind of it. I mean, have a good nest egg, have a good emergency fund. But yeah, I love investing. I love it, love it, love it. And I have a traditional IRA, but I want to open a Roth IRA. That's one thing I need to do in 2026. Yeah, so that's one thing I have on my financial to-do list, SM. I'm curious if the Jingle Bell earrings will follow us. Oh yeah. These are a staple on my live streams. These will be in all of the live streams unless there's a reason to switch them out for something else. Good night, young Chazzy. Happy New Year. Yes, I will be live tomorrow, guys. I'm gonna be back on live tomorrow night at 8 p.m. So if you want to hang out with me on New Year's Eve for probably an hour, you can catch me tomorrow night for 1 hour only, and it's the last day of Live Miss. OMG. It's been so fun this month, guys. I just can't believe it. I feel like this month went really fast for how busy it was and how many streams I did. Crazy Sick Wine, awesome. Thank you so much. Flat Creek, you're welcome. Thank you so much. S-Man. Sandy Ocampo, SM says, good night, Hannah. I'm working tomorrow, so I can't join, but I wish you all, viewers and hosts, the best in 2026. See you in January. Yes. For those of you who cannot make the live stream tomorrow, I will see you in 2026. Happy New Year. Have an awesome holiday. Have a safe celebration, safe time with loved ones, friends. And just as a last reminder, please come back tomorrow night, which is New Year's Eve at 8 p.m. Central Time, USA, for one final day of Live Miss 2025. So crazy to write that. Man, oh man. So I will be back 8 p.m. Central. William Barry says, Hannah is a true liberal. Make liberals liberal again. Again, I don't identify my political views, so I have never said which way I vote ever on social media. And you can think what you want, William, but I don't identify any way on here. I keep my own political views private and I don't share them online just because I want to keep my channel neutral. All right. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for a wonderful day 30 of Livemas. Tomorrow is going to be day 31, the very last one. Have a good night, Egg Shen. OMG. Happy New Year. Yes, again, Happy New Year, everybody. If I don't see you tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, I will see you in 2026. Have a wonderful New Year. Stay safe. Take care, Ernest. Yes, hope you have a great night too. This was really fun, and I will catch some of you tomorrow on New Year's Eve. Happy New Year, Ernest. And yeah, it's been really fun. So take care, guys, and I'll see some of you tomorrow for New Year's Eve. Bye.